All right, so my story happens about 10 years ago. I moved out of the house, my parents' place, when I was 18 years old, and every Christmas from then on was about the only time I ever came home for those day and a half, 2 days, however long I could last. So this morning, it's Christmas morning, and my mom has this ability to corner you and ask you most bizarre questions and awkward situations, so you learn to kind of maneuver around rooms to give yourself an exit or another person to talk to, anything like this. That in mind, I get up very early on Christmas morning because I'm hungry and I figure, okay, the house is quiet. I can go downstairs and get something to eat, nice and peaceful and quiet. So I'm there having a bowl of cereal, and then I hear behind me, "Oh, hi, Chris. Glad I have a chance to talk to you." I'm like, oh no, she's in the entrance to the kitchen. I'm pinned in. There's nowhere to go. I'm going to have this conversation. She dives right into her subject. I just want to ask you, are you a homosexual? I was not prepared for that question. We've been through a lot of subjects, but that one has never come up. It's amazing how much can go through your head in about a nanosecond. I went through a lot of what ifs and how comes and what the heck is this about? And I chose the answer of, how did you figure that out? Just figuring I'm gonna fuck with her, just to play this out and see what's going on here. And so she answers, well, you like theater, and you wear black all the time. Okay, so there's two parts to that answer. Let's analyze each of them. I do like theater. It was a hobby at the time. I was heavily involved in it. I was doing a lot of community theater, but I was doing the stage management and the technical side and the crew, a bunch of beer drinking, obnoxious people. And I was in it for the parties and the girls. I mean, the girls are fun and attractive and outgoing, and your competition is way cut down because most of the guys are gay. So you go to these parties and it's great. It was what I did, man. And so that was my reason for liking theater. And wearing black was, as a stage crew, you wear black all the time. My real job is in construction, so most of my wardrobe was jeans and whatever t-shirt a construction pump truck or a pipe supply company vendor gave me. So pretty quickly, whenever I went out, I would just wear the only other clean, presentable clothes I had, which was my theater stage clothes. That's why I wear black all the time. Plus, as an engineer, it was very logical. Everything matched. I was pretty confident everything matched. So that's why I like theater, and that's why I wear black. But I had no idea that was going to lead to a different conclusion than I really intended to have happen. So my answer was, well, I said, so how did you come to that conclusion? Theater, and you're black. And I said, well, no, I'm not gay, Mom. And her answer then was, she gave me a little hug and said, well, we still love you anyway. Which, when on reflection, you think, well, she didn't really buy my answer, I don't think. Anyway, we let it drop. In the subsequent 10 years, we've never brought this subject up again. I don't know how many other people. I've talked to my siblings. They all think it's a hilarious story. But when I do go home, so then I go back to LA, and I'm going to a lot of post-cast parties and everything. Of course, this story is the talk of the night all the time. So all these people think it's hilarious. The gay guys going, well, your mom's really open-minded, and my coming out story was so much harder. So I've got jealous guys like, that's not fair. And then there's girls who are like, well, I'll call your mom and vouch for you. I'm like, no, that'd probably cause more problems. So it was a lot of reactions, different ways. I lost the rest of the story. So that was how that happened. But then, so I'd only go home again, maybe once or twice a year. But every time I do, I make sure I wear all black.